Hello everyone, I'm Sweet Valberry and welcome to my ComfyUI course series, launched in collaboration with Olares. In previous lessons, we've already mastered the basics of ComfyUI, completed the installation, and successfully executed the default workflow. In this class, we'll dive deeper into the mechanics behind building and executing workflows in ComfyUI, with a focus on parameter passing, caching principles, branch control, structural optimization, and debugging methods. You'll learn how to build workflows from scratch, read and modify workflows shared by others, and optimize them into more user-friendly versions. Let's start by opening ComfyUI and loading the MyFlux workflow we saved in the last session. Before we proceed with hands-on operations, we need to understand some fundamental concepts. Nodes are where we'll begin. On the canvas, they appear as small square blocks. Abstractly, they are functions capable of generating specific results. To aid understanding, let's use a restaurant preparing mapo tofu as an example. Imagine each node as a worker performing a particular step in the process. Nodes are divided into internal nodes and third-party nodes. Internal nodes are those built by ComfyUI itself. When searching for nodes, you'll see the Comfy Core group pyramid suggest. Just like in a restaurant, these are the self-employed chefs, waiters, etc. In our current workflow, all nodes are internal nodes. Third-party nodes are external contributors, such as a vendor making tofu or a grocer selling seasonings. These nodes come from different plugin authors and provide functionalities not yet officially supported. Later in the demo, we'll incorporate some third-party nodes into our current workflow. Connecting nodes with wires is like planning the steps of cooking. From purchasing and processing ingredients, marinating and pre-processing, stir-frying aromatics, adjusting the seasoning, thickening the sauce, plating and serving, all steps of the workflow. There could also be branches and merges when necessary, such as branching for add more Sichuan pepper oil, or less salt preferences, or sprinkling scallions on the dish while plating. Most nodes allow you to adjust parameters for different outcomes. Some parameters are tweaked via widgets inside the node, others can be input via connections from other nodes. This is akin to considering the ratio of seasonings during cooking, which makes the analogy easy to grasp. However, once the recipe expands from a single dish to multiple, and you incorporate taste branches or batch processing, the workflow can easily balloon, an increase in node count, interwoven wires, nested conditional branches, making it tough to read, maintain, or debug. To address this, we use reroutes, node groups, and similar methods to organize wiring, package related steps into modules, supplement with comments and color markings, naming inputs-outputs clearly, reusing subgraph, and consolidating complex workflows into readable, maintainable, reusable recipe sections. That's precisely what this lesson aims to teach. Let's learn together through demonstrations. Here's the workflow execution principle. Identify all output nodes, then trace back along their input wires to find all necessary upstream nodes. Once all dependencies are gathered, the system executes nodes starting from the front end in the order of dependencies, until all output nodes have finished outputting. I replaced a prompt in the positive prompt node and set the seed in the sampling node to a fixed value. Control mode is set to fixed. As we discussed, a workflow must have at least one output node. Let's select the only output node named Save Image in this workflow with the mouse, and delete it by pressing the del key. Click Run and you'll get an error. Prompt has no outputs. This means that without an output node, the system won't execute. Output nodes aren't limited to Save Image. You can also add Preview Image for a quick look, rather than saving the image to disk. Drag a wire from the image output of a previous node, release the mouse, and you'll see a quick Add menu. Add Node displays all nodes filtered by type. Add Reroute is mainly for organizing wiring, which we'll demonstrate later. Search provides a searchable interface for Add Node, making it easy to find the desired node. The node list below shows nodes ComfyUI predicts you're most likely to choose. Let's select Preview Image. There are many ways to add nodes. You can also double-click an empty spot on the workflow canvas to bring up the node search box. Right-clicking does the same, opening a contextual menu. Additionally, you can search for nodes in the sidebar's node library to add them. Run the workflow again, and it executes successfully, generating a cute girl image. Even unrelated output nodes work fine, such as Show Anything, which displays the node's output as text. Upon running, you can see the tensor values corresponding to the image. The same result can be directed to multiple output nodes. Let's use 3 Save Image nodes, assigning different file paths, phylum prefix, so one image is saved to 3 different locations. The last 2 paths include slushes, which means the images will be stored in subfolders. Note, the method I just used was holding Alt and dragging with the left mouse button to duplicate nodes. Alternatively, click a node, hold Ctrl to multi-select, or drag a box to select, then press Ctrl-C to copy and Ctrl+V or Ctrl-Shift+V to paste. After generation, the 3 nodes display identical images. Open the ComfyUI output directory. Sort by modification time. The newest entry is our freshly generated image. Enter the 2 subfolders, and each contains 1 image as well.